circle. Introduction. Concept of a circle. There is a specific point associated to a circle in such a way that all the points in the plane of the circle are equidistant from that point. Such a point is called center of the circle, and the constant distance is called radius. Tangent line. A line in the plane of the circle which intersects the circle at one and only one point is called a tangent to the circle. The point of intersection is called the point of contact. Theorem 2.1. A tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Given. Line L is the tangent to the circle with center O at the point of contact P. To prove, line L is perpendicular to segment OP. Proof. Suppose the line L is not perpendicular to segment OP. Draw a perpendicular from O to the line L and let B be the foot of the perpendicular. By assumption, point P is distinct from B. Let Q be a point on line L such that PBQ is a single straight line and PB equals to BQ. Then, in triangle OBP and triangle OBQ, segment OB is congruent to segment OB, being the common side of the two triangles. Angle OBP is congruent to angle OBQ, as OB is perpendicular to line L. Segment PB is congruent to segment BQ by construction. Therefore, by SAS test, triangle OBP is congruent to triangle OBQ. Segment OP is congruent to segment OQ. Corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Or OP equals to OQ. Point Q is also on the circle. Point Q is different from point P and is on the same line L. Therefore, the line intersects the circle at 2 points P and Q, which contradicts the definition of tangent. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, line L is perpendicular to segment OP. Hence, a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Converse of Theorem 2.1. Theorem 2.2. The line perpendicular to a radius of a circle at its outer end is tangent to the circle. Given a circle with center O, radius OP, where P is a point on the circle, line L, which is perpendicular to the radius OP at point P. To prove, line L is a tangent to the circle. Proof. Let Q be a point on the line L distinct from P. Join OQ. Therefore, triangle OPQ is a right-angled triangle, and segment OQ is hypotenuse. Therefore, OQ is greater than OP, which means OQ is greater than radius, or OQ is not equal to radius. Thus, point Q does not lie on the circle. Therefore, no point of line L other than P lies on the circle, or P is the only point common to line L and the circle. Thus, line L is a tangent to the circle at point P. Hence, the line perpendicular to a radius of a circle at its outer end is a tangent to the circle. Number of tangents to a circle through a given point. Given a point P in the plane of a circle with center O. 1. If point P is inside the circle, then every line passing through point P intersects the circle at two distant points. Hence, no tangent can be drawn to the circle from the point P. 2. If point P is on the circle, then there is one and only one tangent to the circle passing through point P. 3. If point P is in the exterior of the circle, then two tangents can be drawn to the circle from the point P. Theorem 2.3. The lengths of the two tangent segments from an external point to a circle are equal. Given a circle with center O, an external point P of the circle, and the two tangents through point P are touching the circle at the points A and B. To prove PA is equal to PB. Construction. Draw segment OA, segment OB and segment OP. Proof. Angle PAO equals to angle PBO, which equals to 90 degrees. As tangent is perpendicular to radius. In the right-angled triangle PAO and the right-angled triangle PBO, segment OA equals to segment OB. being radii of same circle. Hypotenuse PO equals to hypotenuse PO, being the common side of the two triangles. Therefore, by hypotenuse side test, triangle PAO is congruent to triangle PBO. Segment PA equals to segment PB. Corresponding sides of congruent triangle, or PA equals to PB. Hence, the lengths of the two tangent segments to a circle drawn from an external point are equal. Example: find the angle between two radii at the center of the circle in the given figure. Lines PA and PB are tangents to the circle at other ends of the radii, and angle APR equals to 130 degrees. Solution: as shown in the figure, let O be the center and segment OA and segment OB be two radii. Let the tangent at A and tangent at B meet at point P, and angle APR equals to 130 degrees. Angle APR plus angle APB equals to 180 degrees, being the angles in linear pair. As angle APR equals to 130 degrees as given. Therefore, 130 degrees plus angle APB equals to 180 degrees. So, the measure of angle APB equals to 50 degrees. As the sum of the measure of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees, angle APB plus angle PAO plus angle OBP plus angle AOB equals to 360 degrees. As radius is perpendicular to tangent, therefore angle PAO equals to 90 degrees and angle OBP equals to 90 degrees. Therefore, 50 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 90 degrees plus angle AOB equals to 360 degrees. Thus, angle AOB equals to 360 degrees minus 230 degrees. Therefore, angle AOB equals to 130 degrees. Touching circles. Tangent circles. Two coplanar circles are said to be touching circles or tangent circles if they have one and only one point in common. 1. If two circles touch each other and one circle is in the interior of the other, the circles are internally touching circles. The distance between their center is difference between their radii, that is, PQ is equal to PA minus
QA.
2. If two circles touch each other and one circle is in the exterior of the other, the circles are externally touching circles.
The distance between their center is sum of their radii, that is, PQ is equal to PA plus QA.
Theorem 2.4. If two circles are touching circles, then the common point lies on the line joining their centers. Given circles with centers P and Q are touching at point A, which is the common point of the two circles. To prove point A lies on the line PQ. Proof. Assume that point A does not lie on the line PQ.
Construction.
Draw a line AR perpendicular to line PQ. Take a point B on the line AR such that ARB is single straight line and segment AR is congruent to segment BR. Now, in triangle PRA and triangle PRB, segment PR is congruent to segment PR, being the common side for the two triangles. Angle PRA is congruent to angle PRB. By construction, each is 90 degrees. Segment AR is congruent to segment BR. By construction. Therefore, by SAS test, triangle PRA is congruent to triangle PRB. Therefore, by CSCT, segment PA is congruent to segment PB, or PA is congruent to PB. But PA is the radius of the circle with center P. Therefore, point B lies on the circle with center P. Similarly, we can prove that triangle QRA is congruent to triangle QRB and QA equals to QB. But QA is the radius of the circle with center Q. Therefore, point A lies on the circle with center Q. Thus, points A and B are common to both the circles. This contradicts to the definition of touching circles. Hence, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, point A lies on the line PQ. Hence, if two circles are touching circles, then the common point lies on the line joining their centers. If two circles touch each other, then there is a line passing through their point of contact, which is a tangent to both the circles. The tangent is called the common tangent to the touching circles. 1. If two circles are touching internally, then both the circles are on the same side of the common tangent as shown in figure 1. 2. If two circles are touching externally, then both the circles are on the opposite sides of the common tangent as shown in figure 2. Example: the given figure shows that one circle is touching another internally. Radius of the larger circle is 16, while that of the smaller one is 6. Radius AB of the larger circle touches the smaller circle at P. Find AP. Solution: if T is the point of contact of the circles and C is the center of the smaller circle, then points A, C and T are collinear. Therefore, AC plus CT equals to AT. Putting the values, we get AC plus 6 equals to 16. Therefore, AC equals to 10. Segment AC being the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle APC, we have AC square equals to AP square plus PC square, according to Pythagoras theorem. Therefore, 10 square equals to AP square plus 6 square, or AP square equals to 10 square minus 6 square equals to 64. Therefore, AP equals to 8. Arc of a circle. A chord divides the circle in two parts, where each part of the circle, together with the points common to the circle and the chord, is an arc. In the given figure, AB is the chord dividing the circle into two arcs, that is, APB as the major arc containing center O and AQB as the minor arc without the center. Major and minor arcs. In the given figure, arc AQB corresponding to the chord AB is a minor arc, and arc APB is a major arc. Angle AOB is the central angle. Measure of arc AQB equals to measure of angle AOB. Hence, the measure of an arc means angular measure. Semicircle. If the secant passes through the center of the circle, then each arc so formed is called semicircle. The measure of semicircle is 180 degrees. In this figure, measure of arc AQB equals to measure of arc APB equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, measure of arc APB plus measure of arc AQB equals to measure of the circle, which equals to 360 degrees. Arc addition. Arc ABB and arc BQD have only one endpoint in common. Measure of arc ABB plus measure of arc BQD equals to measure of arc ABD. Inscribed angle. An angle is said to be inscribed angle in an arc of a circle if the vertex of the angle is on the arc other than its endpoints and the endpoints of the arc are on the sides of the angle. In the given figures, angle ABC is an angle inscribed in the arc ABC or APC. The arc in which the given angle is inscribed is shown by dotted curved lines. Intercepted arc. An arc which has endpoints on the sides of the angle formed in a circle and rest all points in the interior of that angle is called an intercepted arc. In the given figures, intercepted arcs are shown by dotted curved lines. Angle subtended by an arc. Consider a chord AB of a circle with center O which does not contain the center O. In the figure, central angle AOB intercepts minor arc APB corresponding to the chord AB. C is any other point except A and B on the major arc corresponding to the chord AB. Arc APB is also intercepted by angle ACB. The measure of minor arc APB equals to measure of angle AOB, that is central angle. Inscribed angle theorem. Theorem 2.5. The measure of an angle subtended by an arc at a point on the circle is half of the measure of the angle subtended by the same arc at the center. Given in a circle with center O, angle BAC is subtended by the minor arc BPC. To prove angle BAC equals to half of angle BOC. Construction. Take a point D on the ray AO such that AOD is a single straight line. Join BO and CO. Proof. Consider triangle AOB. Segment AO is congruent to segment BO, being the radii of same circle. Therefore, angle OBA is congruent to angle OAB, being the angles opposite to congruent sides. Therefore, angle OBA equals to angle OAB. Let angle OBA equals to angle OAB equals to x, as angle BOD is the exterior angle of triangle AOB. Therefore, according to remote interior angle theorem, angle BOD equals to angle BAO plus angle ABO equals to x plus x. Therefore, angle BOD equals to 2x. Equation 1. Consider triangle AOC. Segment AO is congruent to segment CO, being the radii of same circle. Therefore, angle OAC is congruent to angle OCA, being angles opposite to congruent sides. Therefore, angle OAC equals to angle OCA. Let angle OAC equals to angle OCA equals to y, as angle COD is the exterior angle of triangle COA. Therefore, according to remote interior angle theorem, angle COD equals to angle OAC plus angle OCA equals to y plus y. Therefore, angle COD equals to 2y. Equation 2. Angle BAC equals to x plus y. Equation 3. Angle BOC equals to angle BOD plus angle COD. From equations 1 and 2, we get angle BOC equals to 2x plus 2y equals to 2x plus y equals to twice of angle BAC from equation 3. Therefore, angle BAC equals to half of angle BOC. Hence, the measure of an angle subtended by an arc at a point on the circle is half of the measure of the arc. In the given figure, angle BAC equals to half the measure of arc BPC. It means the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc. Corollary 1. An angle subtended by a semicircle at a point on the circle is a right angle. In the given figure, angle BAC equals to 90 degrees. Corollary 2. Angles subtended by the same arc are congruent. In the given figure, angle BAC is congruent to angle BA1C, which is again congruent to angle BA2C. Example: in the given figure, M is a point on the chord AB such that PA equals to PM. Show that BM equals to BQ. Solution: in triangle PAM, PA equals to PM as given. Therefore, angle PAM equals to angle PMA, being the angles opposite to congruent sides. But angle PMA equals to angle BMQ, being vertically opposite angles. Angle PAM equals to angle BMQ. Equation 1. Also, angle PAB equals to angle PQB, being the angles inscribed in same arc. As B and M lie on the same line AMB and P and M lie on the same line PMQ, angle PAM equals to angle MQB. Equation 2. From equations 1 and 2, we get angle BMQ equals to angle MQB. Therefore, BM equals to BQ, being the sides opposite to equal angles. Cyclic quadrilateral and its properties. Theorem 2.6. The opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Given
Quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral.
To prove angle BAD plus angle BCD equals to 180 degrees and angle ABC plus angle ADC equals to 180 degrees. Proof: arc BCD is intercepted by the inscribed angle BAD. Therefore, according to inscribed angle theorem, angle BAD equals to half the measure of arc BCD. Equation 1. Arc DAB is intercepted by the inscribed angle BCD. Therefore, according to inscribed angle theorem, angle BCD equals to half the measure of arc DAB. Equation 2. From 1 and 2, we get angle BAD plus angle BCD equals to half the measure of arc BCD plus measure of arc DAB. As measure of arc BCD and DAB constitute the full circle, we can write the equation as equals to half of 360 degrees.
Therefore, angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degrees. Equation 3.
Again, as the sum of the measures of angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees, angle ADC plus angle ABC equals to 360 degrees minus the sum of angle BAD and angle BCD from equation 3 equals to 360 degrees minus 180 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Hence, the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Example:
Quadrilateral
ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral where AB equals to AD and angle BCD equals to 70 degrees. Find the value of measure of arc BCD, measure of arc BAD and angle ADB. Solution:
Quadrilateral
ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Therefore, angle BAD plus angle BCD equals to 180 degrees, or angle BAD plus 70 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Thus, angle BAD equals to 110 degrees.
Angle BAD is equal to 1 upon 2 measure of arc BCD. Inscribed angle theorem. Putting the value of angle BAD, we get, therefore, 110 degrees is equal to 1 upon 2 measure of arc BCD. Or measure of arc BCD is equal to 220 degrees. Measure of angle BCD is equal to 1 upon 2 measure of arc BAD.
Inscribed angle theorem.
Putting the value of angle BCD, we get 70 degrees is equal to 1 upon 2 measure of arc BAD. Therefore, measure of arc BAD is equal to 140 degrees.
Join BD. Consider triangle BAD. AB equals to AD as given. Therefore, angle ADB is equal to angle ABD, being the angles opposite to congruent sides. Let angle ABD equals to angle ADB equals to X. In triangle BAD, angle BAD plus angle ABD plus angle ADB equals to 180 degrees.
Total angular measure of a triangle.
Or 110 degrees plus x equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, 2x equals to 70 degrees. Or x equals to 35 degrees. Therefore, measure of arc BCD equals to 220 degrees, measure of arc BAD equals to 140 degrees, and angle ADB equals to 35 degrees. Tangent second theorem. Theorem 2.8. If an angle with its vertex on the circle whose one side touches the circle and the other intersects the circle at 2 points, then the measure of the angle is half of the measure of its intercepted arc. Given, let angle ABC be an angle where vertex B lies on a circle with center O. Line BC is a tangent at B and line BA is a secant of the circle intersecting the circle at A. Points E and F are points on the circle such that E is in the interior and F is in the exterior of the angle. To prove angle ABC equals to half of the measure of arc AEB. Proof. Considering angle ABC and the arc AEB intercepted by it, arc AEB may be semicircle, minor arc, or a major arc. When angle ABC intercepts a semicircle as shown in figure 1, the chord BA passes through the center. Therefore, angle ABC equals to 90 degrees and measure of arc AEB equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle ABC equals to half of the measure of arc AEB. When angle ABC intercepts a minor arc AEB as given in figure 2, the center lies in the exterior of ABC. We have, according to tangent radius theorem, angle OBC equals to 90 degrees. Equation 1.
As tangent is perpendicular to the radius,
segment OA is congruent to segment OB, being the radii of same circle. According to converse of isosceles triangle theorem, angle ABO equals to angle BAO. Equation 2. Angle ABC equals to 90 degrees minus angle ABO. Equation 3. From equation 2, we get angle ABC equals to 90 degrees minus angle BAO. Equation 4. Adding equations 3 and 4, we get twice of angle ABC equals to 180 degrees minus sum of angle ABO and angle BAO. As sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, twice of angle ABC equals to 180 degrees minus the difference of 180 degrees and angle BOA. Therefore, twice of angle ABC equals to angle BOA. But according to inscribed angle theorem, angle BOA equals to measure of arc AEB. Therefore, twice of angle ABC equals to measure of arc AEB. Therefore, angle ABC equals to half of the measure of arc AEB. If arc AEB is a major arc which is intercepted by angle ABC as shown in figure 3, the proof can be given on similar lines. Hence, if an angle with its vertex on the circle whose one side touches the circle and the other intersects the circle at 2 points, then the measure of the angle is half of the measure of the intercepted arc. Theorem 2.12. If a secant and a tangent of a circle intersect at a point outside the circle, then the area of the rectangle formed by the two line segments corresponding to the secant is equal to the area of the square formed by the line segments corresponding to the tangent. Given a secant through point P intersects the circle at points A and B. Tangent drawn through point P touches the circle at point T. To prove PA multiplied by PB equals to PT square. Construction: join BT and AT. Proof: in triangle PTA and triangle PBT, angle PTA is congruent to angle PBT, being the angles in alternate segments. Angle TPA is congruent to angle BPT, being the common angle of the two triangles. Therefore, according to AA test, triangle PTA is similar to triangle PBT. Therefore, PT upon PB equals to PA upon PT, corresponding sides of similar triangles. or PA multiplied by PB equals to PT square. Hence, if a secant and a tangent intersect at a point outside the circle, then the area of the rectangle formed by the two line segments corresponding to the secant is equal to the area of the square formed by the line segments corresponding to the tangent. Example: in the given figure, segment AB is the diameter of the circle with center P. Line CB is the tangent and line AC intersects the circle at point D. Prove that AC multiplied by AD equals to 4 times of radius square. Solution: line CB is a tangent and line AC is secant. Therefore, according to tangent secant property, BC square equals to AC multiplied by CD. Equation 1. As line CB is a tangent at B and AB is the diameter, angle ABC equals to 90 degrees. Therefore, in right-angled triangle ABC, AB square plus BC square equals to AC square. Using Pythagoras theorem, replacing BC square with AC multiplied by CD from equation 1, we get AB square plus AC multiplied by CD equals to AC square. Replacing AB with 2R, we get 2R square plus AC multiplied by CD equals to AC square. By rearranging the equation, we get 2R square equals to AC square minus AC multiplied by CD, or equals to AC multiplied by AC minus CD, or 4R square equals to AC multiplied by AD, thus proved. Therefore, AC into AD is equal to 4 times radius square.